Alright guys, what's up? This is a video for war number 11 of this season. My audio again was so messed up when I did the live scouting, so I'm just going to do some voiceover during the scouting part, but we were up against DSVG, Deadly Instinct Savage Squad. They were 4th. At the time of this war, we were 3rd. So let's go ahead and scout here. I was on Path 3 in Section 1, so my only fight was this Rank 2 Abomination. It's got enhanced armor on it and aggression armor. I'm going to be using Warlock for that fight, and get to use my rank 3 Warlock, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm saying in that scouting. And then in Section 2, I'm going to be on Path 5. So I've got a Nova, and then I've got a rank 3 Thor Ragnarok with a ton of health. And this is the Ebb and Flow Intercept path. So I'm going to be using my rank 3 Dr. Doom for Nova. I'm just going to ignore the Intercept node. And then I'm going to be using my rank 3 Magneto for that poor Thor Ragnarok. He is, unfortunately for him, a metal champ. So he's just going to get absolutely destroyed. But that's a fun fight. Can't wait to show you guys that one. And then here in a second, we're going to creep up to Mini Island. I do end up taking one fight on Mini Island, and that fight took me 4 minutes. So here at some point, I'm thinking that I'm going to stop talking here, but I just keep going. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I guess I'll fill some space here. My Warlock is also going to serve as a backup option for that Havoc that you guys see on node 25. And then, you know, I could potentially use Warlock against that Void up there on, that's node 39, but it does have Ebb and Flow Intercept. Panaman Pete ended up taking both of those fights. But to actually, while I've got a second here, while I keep yabbering in my scouting video, so this war, we finished, I'm just going to spoil it right at the get-go, but we finished in my battle group 3, with 0 deaths. It's the first time that any battle group in our alliance has finished with 0 deaths since Season 13. We've had a ton of 1s. Usually something happens and it's like somebody messes up on the boss or something, but we finished with 0 deaths in our battle group, and because of that, to commemorate that special achievement, I asked everybody in my battle group to send me over the last few seconds of all of their kills, and I'm going to actually have kind of a montage or a little gathering of all of their kills, so you guys can kind of see. They are labeled with their IGNs or with their names, and then I have them labeled with the node. I'll be giving some very brief commentary, but again, because I didn't want this video to take an hour, I requested just the final few seconds of each kill so you guys can see the killing blows. But up on Mini Island, the fight that I did take was this Emma Frost. I took that with Dr. Doom, and then I gave Darkhawk and Sorcerer Supreme to Dreamin, so that he could get a little bit of extra action. Dreamin's always up for more fights. So that is it. Hopefully we're going to join here, and you guys already know my team. It's going to be rank 3 Warlock, rank 3 Dr. Doom, and rank 3 Magneto. So throwing these guys in here. And I think that this is the first war that I've ever had 3 rank 3 attackers. So that's pretty cool, and I actually get to use all 3 of my attackers in this war, which is also cool. Sometimes I'll bring in an attacker that I love, that I want to use, but I don't end up using them for whatever reason. But a couple of these fights I do have sped up. This is one of them. I mean, guys, this is a very, very standard fight. It's Abomination. I'm going to be parrying, having to get off as many bleeds as possible, and I'm just going to try to get him down as quickly as I can. And that's pretty much it. There's no danger here. Because of the aggression armor, I am going to throw in a few light combos, and then I am going to throw this SP2 also, but mainly I'm just trying to bleed him down as quickly as I can, and I end up getting him down in 37 seconds. Now here, I did boost up. You guys can see I'm like mid-boosted, but this fight is also sped up. It's just a 565 Nova, and you guys have seen my Dr. Doom take this fight quite a few times. This was actually probably the sloppiest Dr. Doom versus Nova fight I've had, at least in the last couple seasons. But you guys will see too that once I kind of get my composure here and take control of this fight, he really starts to go down pretty quickly. And despite the mistakes, and I make one towards the end of the fight too, but despite the mistakes, I mean, I end up finishing this fight with a lot of health still. So I was never really in danger of losing this fight. I've only seen one person ever lose this fight with Dr. Doom, and that was with 565, and Dr. Doom really isn't that person's expertise. So anyway, pretty simple stuff here. This was annoying. He went unblockable, and then he was stuck at 1% for like 5 seconds. That was pretty stupid. But this fight is at normal speed, and this fight is so fun. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to be building up my prowesses by knocking him down. Since he's a metal defender or a metal champ, I can stack up infinite permanent prowesses by knocking him down. I'm also going to try to charge some of my heavies a little bit, but my main goal right now is just to knock him down as often as I can, and then I'll start worrying about the prowess closer to my SP3. You guys will also see me kind of punching the air every once in a while. That's me going for a light attack intercept. It's the safest way to try to intercept somebody in the middle of the screen. As you guys saw, there are a couple times there at the beginning of the fight. If you miss, that's okay. You can recover. If they try to attack you, you can either parry them or you can dex it. If you try to go for a medium intercept and you miss, then they're going to hit you. So the light intercept is very, very easy. You guys saw I got off that light attack intercept right before I threw the SB3, and because of that, I'm just going to completely clamp him, and I mean, he just got destroyed. So Magneto is awesome against any metal defenders. You guys have heard me say that several times by now, but I really love playing with him. He's so much fun. This fight is in 3x speed, so it is 300% its normal speed. And I'll be honest, I completely underestimated how long this fight would take. So, you know, in the past when I've fought Emma on Rage, I've used the Mr. Fantastic synergy to get off an armor break so I can start doing damage right away with my heavies, and then like using my SP1 to nullify her furies that she gets from Rage. But this is my first time taking Emma Frost on this node, and because it has return policy, I didn't really want to armor break her. I also obviously needed all 3 of the attackers that I brought. I didn't have any room for Mr. Fantastic on my team, but it is still a safe fight with Dr. Doom. It's just incredibly slow because when she's in diamond form, I mean, she hardly takes any damage at all, and I want to keep her in diamond form because I don't want to, you know, cause those furies on her from the rage damage cap. So eventually I get it done here, but you guys can see the timer. I mean, that took 3 minutes and 54 seconds. Unbelievable. I wasn't boosted either because I didn't want to use boost for the rage node. But yeah, anyway, so that was it for my war. Now we have got 8 other people in the battle group. There was one person in the battle group that didn't record his fights. He generally doesn't because he has phone issues when he does, and we would rather him have clean fights as opposed to making him record stuff. But here goes Bryn. This is his first fight. He's using his rank 3 Omega Red. This is on Aggression Fury against that magic. And then here he gets to use his 565 Magneto, whom he ranked up last week, against this poor metal defender. Here is Bryn beasting Node 22. It's the Power Snack mini boss. Nick Fury, a rank 5 with his rank 3 Omega Red. And then he also took the Mixed Master Korg on Node 23 with Omega. Bryn is just a monster. And then here, this is on the Stunning Window of Opportunity node in Section 2 on Path 9. And yeah, so Magneto is great for MODOK because metal defenders can't auto block. And then, of course, he had Thing, and then this is his last fight of the war. Pretty good war for him. Nobody died, so it was a great war for everybody. But this is Node 1, or Node 4, I'm sorry. Dap just crushing people. I always send Dap to Mojo's because he's got a rank 3 Red Hulk, and I'm terrified of Mojo. But basically, if there's a Mystic Defender on the map, I'm usually going to try to send Dap, unless he's needed for a scarier Mystic Defender elsewhere. And then here is his Magneto fights in Section 2 on Path 3. He had Chitinous Thorns, Colossus. Magneto is bleed resistant, and with 1 point in Coagulate, he's completely bleed immune, and then he's got Hulkbuster. And then here he goes smashing this Man-Thing mini-boss on the Recovery mini. And then he's got one more fight here. It is this Vision Arcus on Hazard Shift, Incinerate Poison. Obviously, Red Hulk is really good for this node because he just gets stronger when inflicted with Incinerates and Poisons. But that's it for his war. Here are a bunch of Dreamin fights. He's going to be using Corvus for all of these fights. I think actually, no, he used Corvus for all these fights, and they all end pretty much the same way. If you guys take a peek at the timer, all of his fights take like 20 seconds. This one was a little bit longer. It's a Mordo, and we sent him on this node so that he could get the True Strike mission, which he did successfully. This is Encroaching Stun Tigra, very annoying fight, but he just crushed it. This is Iron Man Infinity War with Spike in Section 2, and then this fight I was actually concerned about, but now I'm embarrassed that I was concerned about it. He had 4 missions at this point, just absolutely crushes that. And then this shared mini-boss in Section 2 on the far right island is great for Corvus with the Path 8 linked up. And then his final 2 fights here on Mini Island Darkhawk that I told you about in the scouting, and then Sorcerer Supreme. So good war for him also. Here goes Enzo. He's got 3 fights this war using his rank 3 Dr. Doom against Hyperion. Enzo's got that boxy video because he plays on his iPad. And then here he is using his rank 3 Nick Fury on Invisible Woman. And then Dr. Doom on Silver Surfer. Dr. Doom is great for this path with Silver Surfer because he's immune to armor break. Alright, and then here goes Lags. Lags had the most interesting fight of the war. and it happened to be our very last fight of the war in our battle group, that's included. But he's using Torch quite a bit in this war. He's got that Ebony Maw. He's great for Ebony Maw if you can reparry, which Lags is very good at. And then this is his rank 3 Sorcerer Supreme. And this is the Rage node, so Sorcerer Supreme is a really good and safe option for this node. She can nullify without contact. And then Longshot, of course, doesn't really have to worry about that SP2 from Longshot because he's Incinerate immune. And then here is the boss fight. Now this fight was going perfectly. Lags is doing a ton of damage, big Sasquatch, and then he makes one little mistake right here at the end. And watch his health, just watch his health, because he almost lost this fight in a matter of 5 seconds. But alright, here it goes. Check this out. Wait, he throws his SP2. Alright, he gets clipped right at the end. Look at his health. Oh my god, he's doing 3,300 per tick. Unbelievable. Here goes Laser's Quake fights. She had a mostly Quake war. I think she used Quake for every single one of her fights except one. And that was a Mole Man that she used her rank 3 Omega Red on. But Lizer has become one of our best Quakers in the Alliance. We happen to have, I think, probably the 2 best Quakers in the Alliance in Bryn and Dap. But Lizer, she might be the 3rd best Quaker in the Alliance. So we're kind of spoiled with Quake players in BG3. That was her only Omega fight. And that was her last fight of the war. And then Pete with his rank 3 Ghost. This is Hazard Shift in Section 1 against Domino. I do like that placement, but Ghost just rinses her. And then he's taking this Human Torch. It's that shared mini-boss on the far right island in Section 1. He took that one linked just because Ghost doesn't care about those links. And then here he is taking the Footloose Havoc. He does get popped there because of the Unstoppable from the node, but not really a big deal. He's going to get to his SP2, and that fight is over. And then he's got 2 more fights. The next one is that Void on Ebb and Flow Intercept. He does get clipped here because of crumbling armor. Void playing passively. He got armor broken, and then he couldn't phase. He thought he phased, and he didn't. So that's what happened there, but no big deal. And then his last fight is this Spider-Gwen on the best defense mini-boss. Basically, they just evade a lot more. Spider-Gwen is really good placement here, but it's pretty common, and Ghost just tears her up. And then our last guy featured here is TJ King Buck, using his rank 3 Magneto in section 1 on this Ronin. And then he's using his rank 3 Dr. Doom on this King Groot. And then his final fight, and the final fight of this little montage, is against Sentinel on the Buffet and Enhanced Regeneration node. But Magneto doesn't care. He just claps that boy. So that is it. Perfect clear for us. I'm so proud of everybody in BG3 for that. Here are the cards. We had 2 people representing us in BG3, Bryn with the gold card and Dreamin with the platinum. And that is it for this war. Leave a like and a comment. Let me know your favorite fights, and I'll catch you in the next video.